know, if my connection is a little weird or whatever happens, let me know because my area, I got bad service.
No doubt, Teddy Riley. I'll let you know.
My
I'm
man called
fucking
me
with
Teddy
you,
Riley.
dude.
I ain't mad at that.
My beat, man. I would never, you know.
Nah, you good. Yo, just real talk. Like, let me make sure that we clear and everybody can hear me and see me because, you know, I'm in the crib with it, man. The Wi-Fi weak.
So far, so good, man. You crispy right now.
Okay. Yo, Nick, let me know if I sound good, if I look good. What's good? Talk to me. All right, what's good? All right, let's get it, bro. We here.
Hey, what's poppin', man? MenuMelody Live. We're here with the man, ItsBizkit, a.k.a. Uncle Biz. A lot of y'all recognize the face from the memes, but there's a real legend behind it. It's not just jokes. It's really hip-hop based. This man is a hip-hop archive. He's one of the people that I look up to as a hip-hop entrepreneur, blogger, whatever the fuck we call it these days. But this is the man that I give a lot of credit to. Take me. We're gonna start back, man, because this is a biography kind of interview kind of thing.
Yeah.
Talk to me about when you were first coming up as like a mixtape DJ.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that was like, you know, obviously, you know, before the digital wave took over. But, you know, even back then, it's like, you know, people just wanted that music, you know, that street music, you know, the underground, you know, everything like that. So, you know, I was always putting mixtapes together, you know, inspired by Clue, and, you know, Big Mike, you know, the whole mixtape era, you know, the Dipset tapes, the G Unit tapes, the Rockefeller freestyles. So, you know, I mean, the mixtapes was always a part of the culture, you know, especially in my era, you know what I mean? So, you know, I started putting my own little mixes together, linked up with Tape Masters Inc. And, I mean, it's been moving ever since, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Do you give a lot of credit to going to school? Like, didn't you go to school for this?
No, I didn't go to school for nothing music related. You know what I mean? I didn't go to school for none of that. So basically, you know, it's just I've always been a fan of the music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, always you know, just had a passion for it. You know, always was into listening to beats and, you know, just had a real love for the culture, hip hop, everything like that. So, you know, with just being, you know, young and just studying the game and, you know, the whole thing, man, just really like that real true grind where, you know, again, social media is a grind, but it's nothing like that, you know, hand to hand selling mixtapes out the trunk grind, you know, and, you know what I mean? You know, some might not never experience that, but I'm just here to tell y'all, man, you know, it's real.
No, man, I remember that era clearly. A lot of people know what I was thinking, and this is just me talking. I think the gatekeepers of rap were the labels. As fucked up as the labels were, at least when the label was putting out the artist, we weren't getting bullshit music. Once everybody got so much accessibility to make music, that's where things started to flip.
Yep.
Like the real mixtape days are over. Like people just like put out tracks. It's just like,
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's again, it's like it's like one of those things where it's just, you know, it's a
the
new
evolution.
generation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they a lot of people being born into social media, into the digital era. So it's like, you know, I never hated on nobody for doing their thing, going viral, doing whatever they got to do. But, you know, again, as ItsBizkit, Uncle Biz, I always just remind them of that era. You know what I mean? The Dipset, the G Unit, the D Block. You know, that's the era I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, it's like, you know, we older now, but we still gotta, you know, as OGs, we still gotta shine light on the youth and, like, you know, show them the way. You know what I mean? Show them what it is. You know what I mean? Because they don't know. They really don't. You know what I mean? A lot of them are lost in the sauce.
With this Uncle Biz venture right now, are there any artists that you're working with, or even is Uncle Biz gonna be putting out some artists? That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, nah, of course. I mean, you know, I'm from Long Island. We got it's too much talent out here, too much. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just gonna continue to shine light on you know, on my hood where I'm from. You know, what's good over here on this side. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. I think it's really dope that you started doing what I'm doing like 20 years ago in a totally different aspect. But what were some of your most memorable interviews that you could remember?
That I interviewed somebody. The one that kind of like really kick started a lot of like, you know, my following was when I interviewed. It wasn't really an interview though. I don't want to call it like an interview, but I basically asked Raekwon if Kendrick Lamar is the king of New York. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he said it, you know, I forgot the name of the Kendrick Lamar track, but
Control.
he was just, pardon me, yeah, Control. So he was just getting at everybody on that. And, you know, I was in the studio with Raekwon, and I was just like, yo, Ray, you know what I mean? How you feel about that? And that was like my first blogger kind of clip that went viral. You know, me as, you know, being in front of the camera, you know, not just behind the camera. And that definitely put me on the map. I felt like that really turned, like, you know how it is, like as a DJ, you can't really say you're a DJ unless you break a record. So, you know, I've always, you know, been running around doing my blog thing, but that was right there, like, yeah, I'm certified. You know what I mean? You know, because even other bloggers had to post that. You know what I mean? Because it was just so relevant, you know, at the time for the culture. You know what I mean?
Do you think being able to go viral once, because the way that you've gone viral is almost like
Every day.
It's unheard of. Snoop Dogg posted something of you yesterday.
Yeah, going viral right now, bro. Like, you know, I'm very in tune with, you know, the streets and the internet. And like I always tell people, I got a clip that I found that's like, I think 10 years ago, man. I said literally the same thing 10 years ago. You know, if you hot on the streets, you hot on the internet. If you hot on the internet, you hot on the streets. It's, you know what I mean? The internet is the biggest streets. You know, it reached the most people. You know, right now I'm looking at it, says 21, but you know, there's thousands of people in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, there's people that's not watching it now that's gonna watch it later. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, again, it's just, you know, I tell people, you want to be relevant, you gotta be relevant. You gotta talk relevant talk. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta stay ahead of the curve. You know, you gotta, as an interviewer, you know, you gotta know who to interview, who's hot at the moment, who's, you know, who used to be hot. You know, you have to just, you know, I'm like a music, I guess, what's the word, like an analyst or something like that, like one of the sports analysts. Mm-hmm. Like I'm really, you know, I know about who's blowing up in New York, who's popping in other cities. You know, that's like my job. You know what I mean?
What are some of the aspirations that you've always had that you're kind of happy that you've been able to accomplish? Because think about it, you've had great clothing campaigns. You know, you've sold clothing very well.
Yeah.
Even in that, let me ask you about clothing. Like, I know you always pumping out merchandise, but like, how hands-on are you with that kind of stuff?
I mean, I haven't put out no merch recently, you know, because of being viral, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I got hit with a few cease and desist because, you know, when I did Anything Is Possible back in 2017, you know, it was viral. As soon as I put it on, I had a video eating Frosted Flakes, drinking Hennessy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, I kind of like, I get creative with it I'm not like necessarily trying to sell it. I'm more and more like, it's my lifestyle, and it's like, you know, it's so relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with my brand Wash, a lot of niggas is Wash, like a lot. A lot of niggas
that word, you took that to a whole other level. Think about it. Everybody to this day, yo, this nigga was washed.
Drake said it in the song. Jay-Z said it in the song. You know what I mean?
And with Drake too, just that like, you know, that fuck that Canada nigga thing. My bad.
No, no, you good, bro. You good. I'm in the crib with the kids, like, you know, we on quarantine, so, you know, I'm chopping it up with you in the crib. You know, that's the part of the brand right here. It's watch like, okay, mommy gonna take care of you. You know what I mean?
Nah, and that's a big thing, man. Salute.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, we in the crib, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we do it for the kids. You know what I mean? It's always supposed to be about the kids, you know?
Listen, man, all day we be playing hoops.
See what I'm saying? Again, it's relatable.
That's what it's about, man. But behind me, it's like it's hip hop. It's my fam.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm listening, brother.
Like, you're hilarious the way that you've been able to document things. Have you thought about doing a real show in the house?
You know, I have, but you know, I mean, I share my family enough online. You know what I mean? And you know, as far as like a show, you know, it just, you know, it would have to, you know, it would have to feel right. You know what I mean?
No Love and Hip Hop shit.
I mean, Love and Hip Hop reached out, but it was something. Let me see that. It was something that, you know, again, it kind of didn't make sense for my situation. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure. What's next for Uncle Biz?
I mean, Uncle Biz love the kids, just like the comment said. You know, I'm just working. You know, just washed and working. You know what I mean? Just, you know, I'm doing music now. Just having fun, man. Just working and having fun, man. That's it. That's really all it is, man. You know, and I'm down to work with anybody that wants to work, man. You know, it's all about the grind. Grind don't stop. You know, I'm gonna continue dropping merch, music. You know, shedding light to new artists. You know, shedding light to the legends. You know, just pushing the culture forward. You know what I mean? I got a show on Revolt. Wow, that's crazy. So I'm just busy.
Do you think that the artists that are about to work with 6ix9ine are about to taint their careers?
I mean, honestly, you know, yes. You know, as far as you know, caring about being, you know, hip hop, you know, because snitching was never hip hop. You know what I mean? That's nothing that anybody in hip hop, you know, embraced. Like, that's, you know, you see the classic clip of Cameron talking about if a serial killer was, you know, living in his, you know, in his apartment complex or whatever, would he snitch? And it's like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when, you know, my era, I don't know exactly what's going on this new generation, but I know that there's real ones like Bobby Shmurda. There's different people that, you know, go off of different principles and morals, no matter what the generation is. And like I said, it's just one of those where it's like, I ain't jacking no snitch, and I hope nobody is. You know what I'm saying? For that matter. You know what I mean? You know, that's it.
So, just me also being like a big Chinx fan, do you have a favorite Chinx moment?
So many, man. So many, man. But one of my favorites. Dag, man, that's a good question. It's a good question. Here, tell mommy. Mommy, can you give us something for me? A favorite Chinx moment, man. Probably when we was in the studio with Harry Fraud, making Flight 2011, you know, which is a classic. No, you're good, David, hold on, mommy gonna get it for you. But yeah, bro, I'm washed, man. You know, shout out to everybody on the live, bro. You know, we're gonna do this again. It's all love. You know, a lot going on right now, but appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Love, fam.
I get it, my G.
My
Holla
G.
at me, my
Appreciate you, man. Real talk.